Hey everybody, welcome to Seven Greens Homestead. My name is Cashapp, and if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I welcome you. I just came out here so I could check everything in the garden and see what needs to be harvested and what the cold nights that we've been having has done to this garden. So far, the only thing that still really looks good are these hollyhocks. And no matter how cold it gets or how much snow we get, these will remain true. They are very cold and frost hardy. And another good thing about these guys is they are edible. The flowers are edible, the leaves are edible, all of it is edible. So it's another food source. I was trying to get these out of my garden and get rid of them, but I didn't do a good job of it. So here they remain. But today I'm just gonna be walking around and sharing with you guys just some of the things that I'm noticing, that I'm seeing. So hopefully you'll stick around and come along with me. Even with all this cold that we're having, these hornworms are still out here eating on my tomato plants. I would think that they would be long gone. Look at the damage from this one. Because these plants are not really healthy. They're all diseased. You can see that on the leaves here. The leaves are all diseased. And you would think that those hornworms would have given it up already. But I can see a whole bunch more hornworm damage over here. And you saw that one hanging. And that plant, that part of the plant is completely like done from the weather. But yet that hornworm is on there. He's eating the fruit now. Because I guess that's all he can, I guess that's all that he can really do right now is eat the fruit since the leaves are all going bad. That is something else. And then over here, this plant is still doing pretty good. But those two big ones that I found that I was trying to wait for them to ripen on the vine here, one of my chickens kept getting out. And well, she helped herself to these tomatoes down here. Isn't that something? Here, I'm waiting. So this one's pretty big. I'm waiting for it to ripen or whatever. It was all covered by the leaves, and well, she dug it out. And this one's a big one too. And she got to it. That's why she's sitting in chicken jail right now. Because she kept getting out. I'm going to let them out so they can sort through all these leaves and find whatever bugs that they can find out here to eat. But she just decided she didn't want to wait for me. She wanted to let herself out and have at it before everybody else get to have at it. So I'm gonna be harvesting as much of these tomatoes off of these plants as I can. And this is still loaded with a lot of tomatoes. But I'm gonna try and get as many of these harvested as I can. It's been so cold consistently that I just need to go on ahead and take these off of here and put all these beds to rest finally. I just like to try and milk it for what all I can get from it. Because it's going to be a while before I have tomatoes that taste as good as these. As you can see, there's a lot for me to harvest that are ready now. Same with the yellow ones. And there's even more of these. Some of them are ready. I see red down there. So I'll be pulling those off too. And these, the plants have been damaged from the cold. So there's not much I could do about that anymore. There's still tomatoes over here that I need to get. All in here, there's just tons of tomatoes. This plant is done. I just have to get the rest of the tomatoes off of it. It's done. Basically, what the tomatoes that, the green ones that were left on here are ripening. So I'll get all those put. While I was out here looking around, I was looking at my pomegranate tree, and because the leaves are now falling off, they turned yellow mostly and are falling off, I could see pomegranates that we missed, like that little one there, but there's a big one in the background there. He's huge. And not just him, there's another one on this side, in the back there. I don't know if you guys can see him. See him right through there? So there's two. You can see them both in this frame. There's two up there. I'm gonna have to try and see if my son could get a hold of those for me. I still have a few down here left. And I still have a few pomegranates on this swing over here left. But that's it. All my pomegranates are gone, processed and given away. So I wasn't even gonna make a video yet, but I started discovering, I think I might have got that on video, him ambushing me. You were something else, kitty. Sunny. Plop. You were something else, baby. Okay. He was something else. He just always messing with me. But I wasn't even gonna make a video, but while I was walking around, I was like, okay, I found some tomatoes that are ripening, that are good. And others that I'm just gonna have to take off and see if they'll finish up in the house. This is what's left of that big one that ripened that I found in late, and the bugs had already got to him and that other one. But yeah, so I have all these peppers out here that I'm gonna need to get. And look, my black beauties are starting to ripen. There's that one, and there's some other ones that are turning red. So I'm gonna pick all of those even the ones that are not ripe, and just take them in and let them finish off in the house. But yeah, this is a sad time of year for me because all my tomatoes and pepper plants are done. But it's okay because I look forward to the many other things that get to grow during the winter time and a slower pace of growing stuff. Everything grows slower, more manageable, which gives me more time to do other things, such as finish putting in my garden beds on this side. Look at this crepe myrtle though. It changed colors. It's just so pretty. I love all the changes. I love all the changes happening with my trees during the fall. And the colors are just so intense and rich, and I love it. Same thing over here with the tomatoes. This plant is about had it. I'm gonna come in and harvest off all of these green tomatoes and set them up on my countertop and see if they'll ripen. I know they'll ripen, but see if they ripen well. Sometimes when you bring the tomatoes in for them to ripen on the countertop, they don't ripen right, in my opinion. They seem more mushy tasting or mealy tasting to me. That's why I like to keep them on the vine as long as possible for them to ripen. But after a certain amount of time though, you have to just give in. Well, I have to give in. Most people have already given in. Throw in the towel and be like, okay, that's all we can do this time. That's it. Those tomatoes in the background there. I still have green tomatoes hanging here. And over there where they produced some babies. Over here. Well, they won't have time to really grow and develop because it's just too cold. And our nights are down in the low 30s and 20s. And so it's just, all of this is done. It's all done. He kind of matches that tree, don't he? Sonny, you match that tree, kitty. You got perfect camouflage with that tree right there. Now that is a lemon, you guys. And it's a big size, too. It's a pretty decent size. There's one hanging off up there. Turned yellow already. And this one is turning yellow. I've got more. I see more too, but I have more bigger ones. I just don't see them all right now. Because they kind of blend. But, yeah. That orange. You're something else, kitty. All of these plants are done. The leaves are all diseased on my eggplant here. and they stopped producing. It's just too cold for them. Look at that. That one hanging in the back there. There's another one hanging over here. And I think it's just too cold for them to continue. Like these ones just stopped altogether growing. They started to come down and then they just stopped. I need to get all of these tomatoes too. There's a lot of them right here. Big ones, some of them. This eggplant just shriveled all up. I'm like, nope. Wake me up in the summer. That's so cool. Look at how pretty these peppers are. They're like black. Very blackened. They're Zulu peppers. Look at all these green peppers over here. I'm gonna be picking all of these off. There's a lot of them for me to pick though. So thank you guys for watching, and this garden might look a little different the next time you see it. Who knows? But I will see you in the next video, and as always, God bless.